Hello, my name is Dr. Ali Mohammadi. I'm originally Persian, Iranian, but at the moment I've been teaching at Istanbul University in Turkey as a faculty member. I'm assistant professor in English Language and Literature department in Istanbul. Actually, I've written an article and I'm going to get it published. The article title is about an ostensibly fulfilled dream in an unfulfilled society, which of course deals with Great Gatsby, one of the fantastic novels written by Scott Fitzgerald. In this research, I have talked about the Great Gatsby, a man who changes his name from James to J. Gatsby in order to reinvent himself. In other words, he wants to recreate himself and at the same time make a new identity for himself, because this novel deals with roughly 100 years ago, early 20s. The setting deals with the American society back then. People were not actually satisfied with their lifestyle, and people of the, in fact, high society did not accept the people of low society. In other words, there was a sort of constant clash between them, and a person like J. Gatsby, who comes from a very poor background, uneducated parents, almost kind of, hilly-billy, wants to join the people of high society and rub shoulders with them by hook or by crook. Therefore, this man, through illegal activities and also criminal activities like murders, drug dealing and stuff like that, gathers a great and makes, of course, a great fortune for himself in order to just be called high class, something, or in other words, he's looking for making his dream, namely American dream, come true. And in order to achieve this target or make this dream come true, actually he goes through a large number of accidents and events in his life. The main reason that makes Gatsby actually join the people of high society or elites, or I can say socially higher class people, is to reach a girl named Daisy, whom he had met and dated a couple of years earlier. And there were so many things happened actually, between them, between J. Gatsby and Daisy, in order to make his actually a dream come true. Gatsby makes a lot of money just to get closer to the girl, Daisy, because Daisy is a girl who comes from a very rich background and educated parents, despite the fact that Gatsby is quite the opposite, and his actually parents and his background and his cultures is roughly 180 degrees different from that of Daisy's. Therefore, in order to just get closer to these people, rich people, socially higher class people, he does everything in his powers, making money, to call himself highly educated, and even he makes a kind of fake background and in fact past for himself by calling his parents highly educated, by calling himself a graduate from Oxford University and so on and so forth, just to join himself to that upper class society. However, during this process, actually becoming rich and from nowhere, and still it's a big question for many people that how this person could make a huge fortune and a tremendous amount of money, mansion, lands, and expensive cars, each of which in different colors, in such a short period of time. When I say short period of time, in fact, less than 10 years. And this person actually, his friends also, when I say friends, people who knew him before, as a loser, as a pauper, as a penniless and a poor person, now find him totally different, a person who's actually turned out to be, kind of equal to them, at least financially, if not in terms of cultures. Maybe he might not be as civilized as people around him, but he's at least, financially is getting very closer to them. Of course, new money and old money is another concept that I have discussed in my article. That new money are the people like Gatsby, who came, who just, they came from nowhere, and they worked, in fact, from rags to riches to become rich, through thick and thin, and working very hard, which is of course appreciated. But the people of old money would never abide by that and never accept this, because for them, making money, in fact, at any cost, does not necessarily make you closer to the people of high society. It is something should be, in fact, in your blood, actually sort of, having a rich blood. And since Gatsby lacks this, and this is considered as a deficiency and sort of shortcoming in him, and Gatsby himself actually is kind of aware of this fact, that he's clearly deep down in his heart and in his mind, he feels this shortcoming and lack that clearly, even though he makes a lot of money, fortune, houses, different cars, and a wide variety of in fact lands, and different flats, and even very expensive jewelry, things that are normally for the people of high society, he cannot still get closer to them, or they cannot accept him, in other words. In this article, I have discussed this matters by actually analyzing American Dream. When I say American Dream, actually by this I mean to do everything in your powers in order to be rich, because American society is a society that gives you this opportunity. It provides you with this chance to get rich no matter what. And Gatsby is the manifestation of this dream. Although this dream in itself is a very ostentatious and showy dream, a dream that makes you feel very much satisfied, at the same time, there seems to be something wrong with this. And this, in fact, falsity is that people who follow this dream in one way or another cannot actually hold it, or cannot embrace it, cannot make it come true in the real sense of the word, because they will lose it, just like Gatsby, because Gatsby at the end was killed by someone, and Gatsby also sacrificed himself for reaching the girl whom he loved head over heels a couple of years earlier. But this girl, a symbol of actually old money, a symbol of, I can say, of course, sort of, by the way, sarcastically, it is old money, because when you call yourself old money people, it means you've got a rich background, and rich background means civilization. But despite all this, we see that Daisy leaves Gatsby's dead body and corpse alone in the pool at the end of the novel, because she doesn't care about Gatsby and her bond and her actually emotional attachment to him, and just leaves him alone, because for her what matters is money. And Gatsby in this case, ironically, can be called a man of civilization, or highly civilized man, because he sacrifices himself for the mistake or for the crime that Daisy made or committed. Actually, by reading this article, readers would definitely understand the deep concept of American Dream, and its obviously merits and demerits, and how this dream finally can make a person actually fall into the ditch, or sort of be a loser. Hopefully you will read this and you will understand and see my own perspective towards American Dream, which I tried to make it as objectively as possible. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.